Hi, I'm Naomi and I'm one of the Digital Horse brand ambassadors for 2020. The company I'm going to be reviewing is called Riding with Confidence Scotland. It's run by a lady called Jane and she's been doing this since 2004 and she has basically just been helping riders to gain confidence. Now, I'd never heard of this before, so it was definitely a new experience for me. Just before I get into this whole review itself, Jane has been doing this for all different kind of riders, whether you're starting at a very low level or whether you're at a professional level and competing very high level and are a very competitive rider. So she does it for all different kind of riders. Some of her sponsored ambassadors and riders are very top evented. She does it for all different kind of levels throughout the whole entire sport. Like I said, Digital Horse did approach me and ask me if I would do this review because lots of different ambassadors were doing lots of different reviews, and of course I agreed because I thought that it sounded like a good idea. Also, Digital Horse knew I had a massive confidence break back in the summer, and that was basically when a friend of mine brought over her horse and it had a massive bolting problem. She was riding it in the field and I said, okay, bring it over here, I've got an arena. I think I can try and help you resolve this problem. If not, I can try and tell you what else to do with it. So she brought it over here and unfortunately it was much worse than what I was expecting, and it really threw my confidence, which was a lot because not a lot does break my confidence. I haven't been nervous for a very long time, so it was really a big problem for me. But also I have lots of young horses, and for me to be scared, you can't really be scared and have young horses. It just doesn't work that way. So it was very difficult for me for quite a long period of time, and Digital Horse did know about this. So they did just suggest, you know, if it does work then that's fantastic. If not, then, you know, that's unfortunate, but you haven't lost anything. So I agreed to do it, and I was talking a bit with Jane before I started it, obviously, and just told her about what happened, told her what level I was competing at, and I also just explained a bit about myself. And then we set a date. She gave me the Zoom code a couple of hours before and I logged on and everything was good. So basically she just explained a bit about herself, her experience, who she has done this with. She explained a lot about what she was going to do, and I honestly had no idea what was entailed. So it was very nice and reassuring to hear all of her experience and who she's helped and how she's helped them. When I said that I got to hear about all the people that she's helped and things, in no way did I get to hear anything about these people, anything about their problems or anything about who they are at all, because all these sessions are strictly confidential. And I just went through again the story of this horse that had come over and how it's really scared me, and although I haven't been injured or anything, it was just a very scary experience. So she just explained to me exactly how this is going to work, and so, you know, I agreed, and she just told me basically to stare up into space, imagine myself on a comfy sofa and pressing play or turning on a TV screen. So that was really interesting, and I started doing that, and then basically I had to play my memory on a TV screen, which was incredibly fascinating because I'd never heard of anything like that before. Unfortunately, I couldn't record this because they are very private sessions, so you can't have a video camera recording the whole entire thing, even though it was for the purpose of this review. So I'm just going to have to tell you about it rather than being able to show you videos of it. Anyway, I was playing over my memory, and then she told me to press a rewind button, and then I would have to go back through the memory and start back at the beginning. So the beginning of the memory would start when I'd met this horse, and the end of the memory was when I had managed to get off and I felt safe. So it was a very interesting process because I don't even think I myself realised when I got off and felt safe or when I first met this horse. So it really kind of brought that memory back up to me because I had tried to kind of lock that away in a little box and just, you know, get rid of it. But that was really interesting. So I continued doing that, and then it would rewind faster, and then you would press play and it would go faster across and then start back at the beginning. It was a very fascinating process, and then slowly, for me anyway, it started to go black and white, and the actual picture started twisting and turning. Now, I think that this experience is different for everyone. I think this is just my experience, whilst I think that someone else could have a different one altogether. But I came around shortly after, and I was just discussing a bit about what had happened, and she gave me some tips for show jumping and show jumping with confidence, which was fantastic, because when I go into those big courses it can be quite scary. So I was just talking to her a bit about that, and when it had finished, you know, I felt fine. I felt like nothing had really happened, and I kind of just logged off and went to go and ride, and yeah, that was the end of that. I got on my first horse, which was Connie, who is one of my youngsters, and she's a very playful baby. She likes to play around and have a bit of fun. Sometimes she shoots off in the corners, but it's not evil in any way, it's just her enjoying herself. So I realised that when she was doing that, although she would never bolt off with me, for the first time I didn't feel like she might bolt off, which was a very relaxing feeling. But then when I tried to go back and picture that memory of that horse that had done that to me, it was only in black and white. So now I can only remember that horse in black and white, which was mad. And since then I haven't had any problems getting on my young horses. I haven't had any problems getting on horses that are a bit cheeky or anything. So it's almost like that memory never happened, although I can still remember it. So the idea of the hypnotherapy is to change that memory and adjust it to make it no longer scary, rather than to get rid of it entirely. And all I can say is it really did work. It was absolutely insane. It worked spectacularly. I'm no longer scared. And although I never rode that horse again, I'm not scared to ride any new ones. I'm not scared of riding my young horses. And like I said, it's as if it never happened, which is so nice. And yeah, that was my experience with it, really. So I would say it definitely does work. I wasn't expecting this at all. It really does, which is insane. And it is just an all-round very nice experience. Now, if you would like to book a session for yourself, I know myself, before I get out competing again, I'll definitely be getting some sessions in, because I need that boost of confidence. The classes that I enter on my horses are quite high, and I would quite like to have some confidence. So I'll be definitely getting hold of her again. I was just editing this now and realised I had forgotten to put the price list in. I have compared these prices to other prices of people who do a very similar type thing, although not for equestrians, and Jane's prices are very, very reasonable. She has got a website, so you can contact her via Instagram or by her website, or I think her phone number is there as well. And she's a very, very nice, easy person to contact and have a chat to. And no stage in the Zoom call was awkward or anything, but also because it's over Zoom, it's very easy to be anywhere in the world and still be able to have contact with her. I'm all the way in Lincolnshire, she's in Scotland, and we still manage to have communication through Zoom. So it works perfectly, and it's very easy, and it was a nice experience. So I would definitely advise that you go and have a look. If you have any questions, do feel free to send me an email or just send one to her. She's very quick to respond, and she's just a very nice person. Thank you for watching. I hope that this helps. If you have got any confidence knocks, I couldn't advise it more. And in the worst case, honestly, if you don't believe from my experience, try it out yourself. I promise it does work, but because it's a review, I can understand if you were to think, you know, maybe it doesn't work. It does, but just try it out yourself and you'll see for yourself. It really does work, and it has helped me a lot, and there isn't anything for you to lose. So, thank you very much for watching my video. Thank you very much for Digital Horse for allowing me to do this video. Digital Horse is a social media platform for all horsey people to share their horsey journey with like-minded equestrians. It's families like mine. Every time I post something horsey on my Instagram or Facebook that is for my personal use, they all get bored of it. So it's very nice to have somewhere that you can share all your horsey content with people who actually appreciate it. So feel free to go and have a look at that. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next review.